great if we could sleep like our dogs?
Anywhere, anytime?
Like all the time?
That would be incredible.
I would say, and I don't know what to make of this, but like dogs have turned up more than people.
As part of the solution for balance.
Hello, I'm so happy to have you here.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
So for the sake of our production here, can you give me your name and title?
I'd be happy to. Kris Wagner, I'm the VP of Global Multichannel Marketing and Innovation for Medtronic.
And what does that mean? Like, how does that, like, what is that in terms of how you do your job every day?
It certainly means there's a great opportunity and a great challenge because we have an opportunity to serve patients at Medtronic. Our mission is to alleviate pain, extend health, and restore life. And it's a great honor to be a part of that. And so when I get up in the morning, I'm able to connect with folks all around the world who are following and trying to achieve that mission. And the challenge of talking with folks all around the world. We have folks in Singapore and Tokyo and in Geneva and Switzerland and in the US. So it means that calls could happen all hours of the day and it's a matter of navigating that, but a great opportunity as well.
So perfect segue. What time does the alarm go off in the morning?
Every morning is different. I don't have the luxury of a schedule, a consistent time to get up. Many times it'll be an early call so we can make sure we speak with folks before it gets too late in the evening in Asia and in the afternoon in Europe. It's kind of fun because each day brings new opportunities and new different discussions, but it doesn't mean I'm able to set a very clear schedule.
How do you manage that?
It's certainly a challenge because we want to make sure we're connected and talking with folks as best we can. We want to get face-to-face as often as possible, but now we can have a call all around the world. And I find that when we utilize Zoom and other capabilities like that, it's actually a great equalizer because you don't have the distance bias. Everybody on the screen, the Brady Bunch mode, is the same distance from you. Yeah. So you're just as likely to ask this person as that person on the matrix there for feedback, for input. You can see, you can still read body language, but you don't have the in-the-room bias of looking to the person next to you for an answer or to field a question or for body language. You get the answer equally across the whole group. So.
What a lovely way to think about it. I've never thought about it that way, but I think you're absolutely right. How do you manage time allocation between the various geographical teams that you have and being there for them, as well as the work itself, other things that are important to you professionally?
It creates a new challenge for balance when we're looking at trying to talk with folks all around the world. For me, I try to make sure I schedule time to eat, because oftentimes you got to make sure you take, and oftentimes that allows me to do the next thing, which is schedule time to think. We have to take a break. We have to step away. It's so easy to go Zoom call to Zoom call and not ever step back and digest or think or read or really try to think about, am I driving my vision? Are we executing on the strategy? So time to eat, time to think, and time to do. We spend a lot of time in meetings talking, but scheduling time to actually do some work, to respond thoughtfully, or to, again, check in on, are we focused on the top 3 things that we've highlighted for the year in our strategy, so to do. And I'll typically try to make sure I block a little extra time on Friday mornings to do some of that thinking, to do some of that digesting for the week, so I'm able to put it away for the weekend, at least try. And that's how I think about my time, is trying to balance the engagement with folks and talking and connecting and driving, because we are better when we think through ideas together, when we get folks together and talk things through. But that time to separate and my favorite time of the day as I get off a call is to find my dog and give him a pet or hug my wife or, take that little mini, what I'm thinking about as micro breaks. Yeah. We have it's important to take vacation and to take time off, but micro breaks are really important as well. Just simply and simple. I've learned a lot from my dog, and I've learned to stretch like my dog. He doesn't get up without doing downward dog. And so now I sometimes will do downward dog with him, or he reminds me and I'll stretch in other ways. But taking a micro break has also been really helpful in between all of the various activities and so on, to maybe stretch or give him a pet.
Tell me about your dog.
His name's Cooper. He's a 2-year-old, soon to be 3-year-old Bernadoodle.
Oh.
If you know about Bernese mountain dogs, they can be enormous. He's a mini, so he's Mini Cooper.
Oh.
You need to help him in and out of the car and those kinds of things. He's a wonderful, wonderful dog. Just reaching that perfect point of balance between having a ton of energy and needing to get out and about all the time. And now he sleeps a lot more, relaxes a lot more. But again, when I take those breaks, where I can take an opportunity to get him out and have a quick walk through the neighborhood. And it's energizing for him, for me. We get to breathe the fresh air, and then we're back at it. So yeah, he's wonderful, and I've been a great dog.
It's interesting. I think you think about animals and children spark parts of our brain that I think are restorative chemically.
Very true.
So much so, a little secret, that when I have like difficult messages with clients, I'll sometimes sprinkle pictures of their dogs into the presentation to try.
I love that idea.
To like change the
That
brain
is
chemistry
great.
a little bit. Honestly, not if it's completely inappropriate.
Oh, I love that. That's a great idea. It makes me think of how things have changed since before COVID. Some would feel uptight about somebody walking in behind the screenshot, a child or the dog or whatever, a dog's barking. Now I'm like, see that puppy? It's now fun, and it's a nice break, and it brings warmth and humanism to the whole discussion, and it softens everything up. I love that. That's great.
So other than spending time with Cooper, when you're feeling a little lack of creativity, when like the inevitable, you've probably been up since 4 a.m. or whatever, 2 a.m.
Right.
Or it's 10 o'clock and you're speaking to whoever. How do you reignite your creativity and imagination when you need to?
Yeah, walk away. As soon as I can get a break, I get up and I'll either stretch or I'll go walk in a circle, or I'll, like throughout the house, or step outside and get a breath of fresh air. Oftentimes in my office, I don't know what's happening outside. So I'll take a break, I'll walk away, and ideas start flowing. And digestion of the conversation that just occurred starts happening, and ideas form. And answers come when I just walk away. And whether it's outside or to pet Cooper or spend a minute, that has made a huge difference. And now I'm much more in tune, after watching Cooper stretch every time he moves, I'm much more in tune with, I've got to get up.
Yeah.
I've got to just walk away, step away for a minute.
So if you looked at your calendar, what would be the non-negotiable part that come hell or high water, this part of my day stays?
I suppose 2 things come to mind. One is eating.
Good for you.
I am not, I'm a hangry person. If I have not had something to eat, I get a little unpleasant. And so I don't want that to come off to anyone else. So I know that I try to keep lunch or eating in the calendar whenever it occurs, at whatever time of day that my meetings will be around that. I find it really energizing to make time for the folks that I do one-on-ones with, whether it be skip levels or mentor relationships or coaching relationships, whether I'm the mentee or the mentor. I try to really make that non-negotiable. It's the meetings I try most often not to move or cancel, because we're always moving meetings around. Occasionally those have to move, but I try to hold that as sacred time, because I find it so energizing to spend time with someone that's either deeper in the field organization or deeper within our organization, or that I can take a learning from as well. I get so much out of it. So I try to hold engagement, one-on-one time, skip levels, other mentor meetings as sacred.
And when you are ready for some entertainment, is it podcasts? Is it streaming shows? Is it reading? What's your poison? I
really enjoy sitting outside and having a meal, enjoying the night sky, and kind of having dinner outside. That's really an energizing thing for me.
Remind me where you live.
I live in Colorado.
Well,
So there's rarely a time of year you don't want to go outside and enjoy a meal, and we don't have too much humidity, we don't have too much rain, we don't have too much heat, so it's wonderful.
Brilliant. thank you so much for your candor and openness. And it's just been, I feel like I'm like, had like a little moment of calm. And it's been really, really lovely to speak with you.
Well, you made it that way. Thank you so much. It's been great to speak with you.